Okay, it sounds good. We're good to go. Let's do it. So, root cause therapy. Probably maybe wondering what that is. It is self-explanatory. So, it's getting to the root cause of people's symptoms, behaviors, thoughts, patterns, overwhelming emotions, right? And so, how we do that is we actually go to the root cause and we heal it. And normally, those root causes are traumas. And that's why I wanted to explain today how you can heal the root cause, how you can start to heal traumas. And so, you might not know who I am. I'm Melissa Heeman. I am the co-founder of the Centre for Healing. We have been around or established in 2016 with my partner Ryan Hassan. Previously to that, I was working on my own as initially a life coach, helping business owners. And then that moved to going into healing and therapy, where one day I, trying to overcome my own addictions, learnt how to heal trauma to help people with their coping mechanisms, to help people with their addictions. Funny enough, not long after that, Ryan walks into my office having had a methamphetamines and GHB addiction. I had met him a year previously and I almost did not recognize the person that walked into my office. After a nearly 3-hour session of teaching him why he has the coping mechanisms, helping him to heal the emotions that he's bottled up his whole life, essentially doing root cause therapy, he stopped using from that one day. And he had been dating a dealer, lived in a drug den, was using every single day. And so he started sending me his friends, and I was getting amazing results with them as well. And he decided he wanted to help people in this space. So he went and studied AOD and addictions at a mainstream university. And he kept putting his hand up and asking, when are we going to talk about trauma? When are we going to talk about healing trauma? Because for him, he had tried all the other ways of talk therapy, of abstaining, his family and friends looking after him, and it just didn't work. And so after obviously working with me and getting such amazing results and then seeing his friends get amazing results, then he said, well, I'm going to leave that course. And he messaged me and he said, I don't know exactly what you do, but can you teach me? And here we are. So this was, it would have been end of 2015. I trained him in the method that we now know as root cause therapy. We started in a little crappy office in a medical center, and we had some secondhand furniture. I had to borrow money for the first month's rent because I had finished kind of taking a year off and creating the method. He just finished being a drug addict. And so we started with nothing. We said we will just give it a try. I'm very passionate about mental health. He's very passionate about addictions. And so we created 2 programs, and those 2 programs took off straight away. And we quickly had a team of 5. Within 6 months, we had to move into a bigger center because the results were so amazing. And so at the start, we were like trying to get referrals from doctors and psychologists, and they were kind of scoffing at us, but we're trying to tell them about the amazing results. By the time we shut down the physical center, which was 5 years later, we had so many referrals from doctors, psychologists, rehab centers. They were sending people to us because they were hearing about the incredible results. Now, at that time, we didn't have a name for the therapy. We were just an addiction recovery and mental health kind of just offering those programs. And then when we decided, just before COVID, luckily, thank you, intuition and clearing limiting beliefs, we decided to finally move online, teach other people. So many people had asked to be taught the method. I kept it really close to my heart, but I was ready to let it go. That also helped having a baby and having a child, and that changes your whole mindset. For you mothers that are listening, comment if that resonates with you, how it does just change all of your priorities. I think seeing 12 clients a day and managing a whole team was not in the scope anymore. So we named the method originally emotional healing therapy, and then we changed it to root cause therapy because that's, like I said, essentially what it does is to get to the root cause. And root cause therapy was created with trauma healing in mind. So even for myself, I had sexual trauma from my teens, right? And so this created so many negative behaviors. I mean, there was no one to give me emotional support growing up. There was a lot of separations, divorces, domestic violence. I didn't feel safe at school. I didn't like have any friends. I didn't feel safe at home. And so when I went to my teen years and I was in these places where like I, was taking high risk, taking drugs and things like that, this is kind of what happened. And I couldn't understand why there was like people at my school that were not playing up like I was, and I thought I was cool. And all these behaviors and everything that came from that when I started going into this work, because my addictions went from 14 to 26, so now I'm 36, but I couldn't understand why I had addictions and I needed coping mechanisms to feel better. And that can look like anything. And for me, had shopping addiction, I had weed, heroin for a little bit, cigarettes, alcohol. Like I needed it to even be in social situations. I was so anxious. And when I started to learn about this work and go into this work for myself, which I did because of my own rock bottom, and realizing like maybe I'm the problem, maybe I have created a lot of these issues in my life and these patterns. When I was able to heal that and then realize all the pattern it created, I was able to not only let go of all of the negative patterns, all the negative self-talk and all of that, but I was able to have conscious awareness of why it started. I was able to forgive myself, and I was able to have that new awareness and understanding that A, it wasn't my fault, B, there is hope for change, and C, I don't need those coping mechanisms anymore to deal with the emotions I didn't know how to deal with. And so this whole journey has really been about how do we heal those moments in time that are still affecting us today. Because when we think about memory and time, as we get older and older, we do have more experiences and sometimes stressful experiences. And the ones that weren't processed properly, that are still sitting dormant, ready to be triggered in our past, right? They're just sitting there, and then someone says something and we just get triggered as an adult, and we kind of regress back to that age. We have a tantrum, we cause conflict in our relationships. We have very strong emotions. We don't know what to do with them. We have a lot of stress and we don't know what to do with them. What it does is it takes us away from enjoying our lives in the now. It takes us away from being present. It takes us away from seeing the beauty of the moment, right? And so we look at everything with labels, with judgment from the past, and we don't even do this consciously. So just say you see a man that looks like someone, say, that cheated on you in the past. Our body is immediately sending red flags because of our past trauma. And it's going to have, we're just going to negatively judge this person. We don't know this person, right? We don't know whether they're the most sweetest person in the world, but we're having these preconceived judgments and labels on our current reality, and we don't have that awe and that beauty and that peacefulness of the present moment anymore. And so the more that we build up these emotions, the more that, when we went through painful things growing up, that there was not someone there to help us self-regulate. There was not someone there to help us process our emotions, or we didn't have good models to model good behavior. Maybe we watched our parents conflict and fight, not resolve things, have coping mechanisms shut down, and not have conscious relationships with each other. So as we grow up, that's our model for, okay, this is how I'm meant to have a relationship. This is how I'm meant to look after myself, right? And so some of the symptoms can be, when you've got a lot of emotional baggage that you haven't dealt with, that you have unprocessed, we can have a lot of physical issues and pain. It can be either directly because we just weren't looked after properly, so we don't look after ourselves properly, like we don't think we're worthy. And I'm going to talk about limiting beliefs because that is a big part of root cause therapy, because a lot of limiting beliefs are created in traumas, where we might suppress all the emotions and our body doesn't know what to do with all the stress hormones that it's accumulated over our lives. And that can manifest into physical issues. Actually, we find when people do root cause therapy sessions over consecutive sessions, and we do monitor physical aspects as well, because we do look at a person holistically, we do find when we heal their emotional pain and heal their traumas, their physical issues and pain tend to start to subside naturally on their own, which is really interesting. We can have brain fog, we can get overwhelmed really easily, we can get dysregulated really easily. We can find it hard to memorize things when we're not in the present moment and our body keeps pulling us back to the past or pulling us in the future with anxiety. If we're not completely in the present moment, we're not going to record exactly what's happening, and we're going to forget a lot of things. And so I definitely had a lot of forgetfulness before I started doing this work. I definitely found it hard to study or concentrate. I even believed that actually I was pretty dumb growing up and I was not good at school. And what I realized later is that I was actually disassociated and I didn't feel safe. So my prefrontal cortex was shut down most of the time because the present moment didn't feel safe, and I wasn't able to take in information and really soak it in and then be able to answer questions and do well at school. And since doing this work, all of a sudden I'm like, I'm actually like pretty smart, and this is to everyone. Everyone has this inner genius that is just stuck under all of these limiting beliefs, like I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not smart, right? And it's like we all have this capability, but we just don't realize that we are holding so much. Like before I did this work, I really believed that our past is in the past and it doesn't affect us anymore. But it truly affects us every moment of the day if we don't start looking at these root causes, if we don't start looking deeper into what is going on, right? So it's really about, okay, let's look at someone holistically. So some of you might be watching because you're like, I'm interested in root cause therapy and I want to do it for myself, and I want to receive these sessions. And some of you are like, I want to add this to my toolkit. I'm already a practitioner, or I want to be a practitioner, and I want an amazing method to give my clients. So just letting you know, if you do enroll, we have the community where you swap sessions so you can have your own healing journey, and our students do certainly have their own healing journey through learning about all of these patterns that can occur and all of the awarenesses that come with becoming a root cause therapist, plus you receive and give sessions as well as you practice in the community with that support as well. So let's get down to how do we run a root cause therapy session, because this is really important. And so I've got this piece of paper because I wasn't quite equipped with, and I hope this doesn't block the sound. So, and you'll get a copy of that when you enroll, but I'll go through it with you now so you get an understanding of what it is. So this is basically created from when I was in my training becoming a therapist. When I studied, when I became certified, I was like, at the end of it, I'm like, great, I'm going to get clients. And when I posted on Facebook and I got clients, I'm like, got all these great tools. How do I run a session? Right? And I'm in some mainstream therapy groups where people have studied for years and years to be psychologists and counselors. And they literally post in the group after all these years of study at university, they're like, so how do I actually run a session? And this surprised me. This actually surprises me so much. So I created this basically because I like to have structure, I like numbers, like I like data. I know that healing work and this kind of space can be really intangible. Like a lot of clients can be like, I think I feel better. And as practitioners, we're making a lot of assumptions and going, well, I think this is what we should work on next, or letting the client decide this is what we should work on next. Whereas with this sheet, we have a set way to run a session. So And not only a set way to run a session, but also how we move from session to session. So we're actually prioritizing what root causes to work on that would be the most beneficial for clients and their goals. So firstly, we look at what's the goal, what's the intention, why are you coming in for a root cause therapy session. So it could be a big thing like I really resent my parents, but I want to have a relationship with them. It could be I want to heal my anxiety, I want to heal my depression, whatever it happens to be. We write that down, we honor what the client is asking. Then we're going through and checking, okay, what are you holding on to in relation to this goal, right? So this is not about there's something wrong with you. This is not about like you need to be fixed or you're going to have this label and never let it go. This is really about what is the goal that you have and what is it that could be blocking you that's in the way, and really letting the body answer as well, because our unconscious mind is 95% of what's going on. Even the neurons from our nervous system, 80% of the messages are coming from our body up into our mind. And so when we're talking to someone just with talk therapy, it's like we're only getting the tip of the iceberg, literally, as to what's going on. And so I can kind of do this with you guys. So it's like, if I say anger, who or what comes up for you? Right? And a few things might be popping up in your mind right now. And so as a root cause therapist, we're writing them down, and then we're gently going into traumas, and we're giving the client space, and we're letting them regulate and do what they need to do to gently bring this up in a safe space with us. Of course, before we start all this, we're getting their background and everything like that, so we know the overall scope of this person's history and all of that. And then we're getting feedback. So it's like, let's have a look at each area of your life and monitor this every week. And so it's like, how stressed do you feel out of 10? How anxious do you feel out of 10? How depressed do you feel out of 10? How loved do you feel out of 10? How's your social life? And it's really getting those numbers. So there's a bit of life coaching element in there, but the goal is to get that data to give the client self-awareness and to flag as a root cause therapist, to flag, is there something that we need to focus on? Can you extend on that for me? So again, we're getting this really holistic approach of everything affects everything. So if someone says they're having anxiety, we're not just focusing on anxious thoughts, we're looking at the person as a whole, right? Because like I said, everything affects everything. Then we're looking at what are the thoughts or usages or behaviors that are happening. So do you have any thoughts or behaviors that are, or patterns that are happening that you prefer not to have? And these are usually the coping mechanisms or the ways that we soothe ourselves or the symptoms that can occur because of trauma. So we're looking at unhelpful and negative thought patterns. We're looking at any kind of addictions. And we're monitoring the amount. It's like some people might say, well, I'm drinking every night. Well, how much? And the number one thing when we had the outpatient addiction clinic in Melbourne, it wasn't like you need to stop using. That was not our approach, because we're lived experience. We were literally like, tell me how much you're using. It's fine. I get why you're doing it. Like, you're just trying to feel okay and you don't know how to do that naturally. And it's like, can you like let's just monitor how you're going. What we found was that over the sessions, people were naturally not using anymore. They weren't needing the coping mechanisms as much because they felt more comfortable in the present moment and sitting with their uncomfortable emotions, because we helped them release so many of them. It was more comfortable to sit with themselves. And they got to this level of self-awareness where they could be like, oh, it's interesting I'm having that thought, or it's interesting that I'm having these it's interesting that I'm having these cravings, right? And so it's really like, okay, what do you like? Let's just monitor that. What we found was that as we monitored, as we did the sessions, they naturally stopped on their own. And so that was incredible. I am having a few questions coming through. Sorry, that's why I'm kind of pausing. So someone's asking about Hakomi teachers and wondering if the Center for Healing is different. So I don't know what Hakomi is, so I can't answer that. And then someone saying they're a visual learner. Yes, I am going to have some visual learning in a minute, and there is visual learning in the course, and I get that different people like different learning styles. So I will get to that in a minute. Then we're looking at physical issues, like I mentioned earlier. Then we're looking at limiting beliefs. So we've got limiting beliefs that are created in traumas. So I want you to imagine this. So let's just see if... Okay, so I want you to imagine that this is... Hang on. This is our life. This is now. This is our ancestral trauma. This is soul level, if you believe in that. This is in the womb, which has been proven that infants can pick up on programming and trauma whilst in the womb of their mother, depending on what the mother is going through. And then just say something happens when we're 2 years old, right? So just say our mum has dropped us off at daycare, okay? As a 2-year-old, because we need our parents for survival, and just say we're really upset and maybe our attachment isn't very good, we get the feeling, because of our strong emotions and we're not able to process those properly, these strong emotions cloud our reality and cloud our view of the world. And in that moment, we make really strong generalizations about ourselves and the world, especially at younger ages, because we are so reliant on our parents or our main caregivers for survival. And so when these really super strong emotions come up, for example, what I found, they might have a generalization that I am now abandoned or I am now alone. Sorry about my writing there. If you guys can read that. So I am now alone, or I am now abandoned, right? That 2-year-old's fine in an hour and they're playing and it's all fine. But if they didn't release the emotions properly, no one explained it to them, right? If there wasn't any soothing or co-regulation happening with, say, the teacher at the center, then that emotion might trap in their body along with the information of the generalization. So this will be a trauma. People judge traumas as big traumas and little traumas. I believe it just depends on the person and the perspective, and we shouldn't judge traumas in that way. So we're just made this strong belief. Now, every time this child is getting dropped off somewhere by the parent, because this initial emotion maybe wasn't actually processed properly, it keeps getting re-triggered. So we've got the PTSD symptoms where they're showing the same emotion, but it's getting stronger and stronger. They already had the belief that I am now alone, I'm abandoned, or I'm going to be alone and abandoned. So the crying might be more, the screaming might be more, they're quite anxious. So there's an anxious attachment happening. And so that is going to build. And so this file of emotion, this baggage gets heavier and heavier. Now, what happens is, for survival, our mind will literally perceive or predict that it's going to happen in future, especially when we get more evidence, or it's always going to look for evidence of this happening again. So as this person is an adult, they might be in a relationship where they are quite insecure about being abandoned, where they're quite insecure about being alone. And because these limiting beliefs come with the thoughts, the emotions, and that filter of how we look at the world and our closest relationships, we are going to make assumptions that it's going to happen. We are going to look for evidence. And unfortunately, what we can do is, because they are like self-fulfilling prophecies, we can actually recreate these issues. We can actually like look out for, yes, see, you're abandoning me, see, you're making me alone, and sabotage the relationship to the point where the other person will just abandon and make them alone. Or they'll see red flags that this person is emotionally distant and has abandoned people in the past. We will ignore the red flags and just go with them, because this part of us has not been resolved, and the unconscious mind always wants to resolve it. We always want to be in a place of homeostasis. So we will unconsciously be magnetized, and we will unconsciously be drawn to these people with red flags, because actually our 2-year-old is still trying to resolve. Does that make sense? Like our 2-year-old is really still trying to be, it's trying to recreate that initial trauma. It's trying to unconsciously recreate it so the emotions can complete the process. So the emotions can finally be released. It can be forgiveness, and they can move on. And so people go through their whole entire lives where they have so many of these unresolved traumas that it's like we get to the point where we make our lives so little and small because we're trying to avoid triggers, and we stop being adventurous. We stop being in awe of the world. We stop connecting with a lot of friends. We stop feeling safe in relationships because it's just such an overwhelm. We make our lives so small because we're trying to avoid all these triggers, or we create so much, I want to say, we don't understand why these negative patterns happening. And this is what happened to me. I'm like, why do I keep going with these people? Why do I keep on attracting like toxic relationships? I mean, what did I see growing up? Toxic relationships. What did my nervous system think was normal? Toxic relationships. What were my limiting beliefs all around? Accepting those, because limiting beliefs like I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, these insecurities and these unprocessed emotions. Sorry, that was just my dog yawning behind me. These unprocessed emotions, these unprocessed traumas are actually still dormant and ready to go. And they want to be resolved. So the awesome thing is when you start seeing clients with this method, some people are like, I'm not sure if my client is going to be able to go to a memory that they can't consciously remember. Trust me, once you get them into this process, their mind is so excited, their body is so excited, they're going to finally go in and heal this finally. So what do we actually do in, like, how do we heal the root cause? Well, we actually go through a muscle test which limiting beliefs this person actually has, and which limiting beliefs that would be a great priority to work on in relation to their goal, right? And so then we're putting them under just slightly, and we're going to do regression. So we're asked that unconscious mind, what is the root cause of this particular limiting belief? Oh God, sorry. Or this particular trauma, right? What is the root cause? And it's going to take us back to where it takes us back to. So sometimes we'll go back to generational, where we're our grandparents. Sometimes it goes back to when we're in our mother's womb. Sometimes it's pre-developmental, like when we're 1, 2, or 3 years old. And some people get quite visual in their mind of like they're actually like can see the carpet in the room, like it's all like linked in terms of whatever happened in that moment. The visual there, the feeling is there, the sounds are there, right? It's just like having a memory of like thinking about something that you did last week. It's kind of like that. It can come through that vividly. Some people just get a sense, and that's fine. And it's and someone's just asked, what's the difference with embodied processing? So that's our other practitioner training, embodied processing. And Ryan created that with his colleague Matt. And so that's a different therapy. So that's somatic, that's working with polyvagal theory, the nervous system. They did take a little bit from root cause therapy, but root cause therapy is definitely a totally different therapy. A lot of our students end up taking both because both of the tools are so powerful, and you can use them together as well. We do have bundles available. If you'd like a bundle, just message our team or drop a comment and we'll link it to you later if you want both, and you can get quite a big discount if you buy both at the same time. So I thought I'd just answer to that as well, because it is a different therapy. Now, what we're essentially doing is asking what the root cause is, and then what we're doing is we're helping them somatically release, somatically let go of the trapped emotions that are holding on to the information of the trauma in the event, that are holding onto the limiting beliefs in the event. Okay. And so as they're in regression and processing the emotions, it's literally like going back in time and being able to relive the event, in a sense of, it takes about 30 to 60 seconds to do the breath work to release the emotions that are there. And then, you know, like when you try and make a decision in your day-to-day in your emotional, it's like it's usually never a good decision, whether you're like peaking and like way too happy and you're like booking to see all your friends, and then later you're like, hang on, I don't want to go do all those things. Or you're very angry at someone, or you're upset, or you're hurt, and you make certain decisions. And later on, when you're level headed, you're like, oh, maybe that wasn't the best thing to say or the best thing to decide. And so we're helping people release the emotions from when they were little, often, or when they were younger. Once the emotions are gone, they have clarity. They're like, oh, and it's definitely not about people forgiving the perpetrator. This is not this is not trauma informed. We're not saying what that person did is right. All we're doing is we're helping the client to unburden themselves of, it is still affecting them today in some way, even if they're conscious of it or not. It's still unresolved in their body, lying dormant or being triggered day to day, whether they're conscious or not. And so being able to, in 60 seconds, release a lot of these emotions, get clarity of like, what can I learn from this? What is the wisdom that I can pick up from this? And it's a really client-centered way, an empowering way for our clients to have their own experience of gaining wisdom from what they've been through and having that post-traumatic growth. And then once we've resolved that, we're getting their intuition involved. It's very safe because they're still very conscious and awake. So we can give some tips if we want, and they can resonate with it or not. We then ask them to come back to now in terms of in time, and for their unconscious mind, for their memory bank, for their nervous system, to show us any events that were similar to this event, any events that were linked to this initial event, to come up on the way back. And that's what I was sharing with you guys, healing my sexual trauma. As I came back to now, I saw all of the negative behaviors or the self-harming behaviors that I was doing because of that initial event. And I was able to see, that's why I do that. And so many clients want to know, and we want to help them break those patterns of, oh, that's why I do it. And all the triggers that, so we don't have to go to the bad, like every single bad event in someone's life. It's literally just the original one, and the other ones will make themselves known so they can get clarity. We don't want to have to go to every time something bad happened, right? We want to go to, okay, when did the first time did it happen? And then it will show us the whole string or anything that was attached to that, whether it's CPTSD, so that trauma has happened over and over and over again, or whether it's like, what behaviors have I had because of this original trauma? We become conscious and aware of that, and that is huge for clients. So not only are we releasing that original trauma, not only are we healing that, but we're also getting all of the information of what it's caused or similar events on the way back to now. EMDR is quite different in that it processes emotions with the eye movement. In regards to processes like that, where we're reframing, where we're desensitizing, that's not actually always releasing the emotion. Sometimes that's dangerous because it's disconnecting us further from our body and our feelings and pushing the emotion down further that is trapped in our body. Still can be dormant to be triggered later on. And that's why it's important that we're actually somatically and safely releasing the emotions from our body that haven't been processed. And that's kind of like why I created root cause therapy. So yes, it's a very powerful process. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about was the future, because we can also help someone heal the future. Hands up if any of you actually have some anxieties about the future. Write a little comment. I think we're just human, and we're always trying to protect ourselves and survive, and we want to make sure that the future is safe, and we like it to be predictable and things like that, which we can't always get. But something that can happen is, because of traumas in the past, we can project negative goals or negative assumptions into the future. It's like, this has always happened to me, so this is what will happen. I do this every day, so this is what I'm going to continue to do. And we create our future in our mind like that, from what our experiences in the past, from our traumas in the past. It can, fear in the past can create anxieties in the future. And whenever we're doing that, whenever our body's getting stuck in the past or stuck in the future, we're away from the present moment. And that's where the peace and joy is, right? And so just as much as past experiences can affect us, future projections can really affect us as well. And so we can heal negative events that we've kind of unconsciously placed in the future. And that can really free up the now, which is the main thing that matters. We can also help people to see into their own future. It's kind of like being your own clairvoyant, but it's not really. It's just like asking, how would it feel, or if you were to achieve the goal that you want to achieve, what would that look like? So I've definitely had clients who are like, I want to feel peace and happiness in this area of my life. I want to accomplish this goal. They have no idea what it feels like. They don't know where to start. And because they don't know what they're working towards, they're probably going to procrastinate and not take the steps to go there. So getting the taste of what it would feel like in the future, a whole body experience and a whole vision for themselves. I mean, people break down crying with just deep love and joy and appreciation. I mean, just as much as we go back to heal our inner children, it's important that we're connecting with those parts of us that are scared in the future as well, and getting advice from a part of us that, has kind of done it or been there. And that's a really beautiful process that we usually do with people at least 4 to 6 sessions in, where they've healed a lot of limiting beliefs. Because if we have a lot of limiting beliefs, we're not going to believe in ourselves much, and we're not going to create big goals. We're not going to allow ourselves or feel worthy enough to live a life that we really want to live. So once we've healed a bunch of limiting beliefs, they're going to have such more a positive experience and feelings that they can work towards. And it's a really beautiful part of root cause therapy. So I didn't want to leave that out today. Now, we have around 1,000 students in our root cause therapy training. Once you sign up, you are in the community for life. There are no ongoing fees. There is no additional fee for certification. I do monthly supervision live calls for as long as I'm alive. I will do it. You can ask questions under each lesson. You can ask questions every day in the community. And so I've got therapists in there that have been with us for 3 years, and they still get the same level of care no matter how quickly you complete the course. Like, once you're in the community, you continue to be a part of that if you want to, and that support that you get with it. So if you were to look at the results that we get, so I simply, when someone's training and getting their hours, I do get feedback forms from the students' practice buddies, whether that's other students or whether it's just people that they want to practice with. And what's really incredible is that the framework, the way that I do the training and the framework is for beginners, but it is for advanced practitioners at the same time. So people that have never done therapy in their life can run one of these sessions and do it so well that even their first few sessions, the feedback that I hear is absolutely incredible. Not only with the safe space that's being held, not only with the professional way that they're running a session or sessions, but also like the actual results that the clients are getting in their lives is mind-blowing. And so that's how I really created the training. Is it's simple in a way that it's easy to take in. It's not a huge amount of theory. It's a really step-by-step practical training. And so is this course live? The course itself isn't live. So these are great questions, actually. The course itself is all online. It's all pre-recorded, but I do add master classes every month or two. I do jump in and do lives, and there is that monthly live Q&A and supervision with me. So people really like that it's self-paced because life gets in the way. And sometimes studying every day or studying every week for 4 hours is maybe not, that doesn't fit in someone's schedule. And for some people it does to get certified. And so that self-paced part of it is really important. And then, but there's no deadlines, like you have to finish it, you know. So some people sign up when we have a sale, and then they get started the year after. Some people sign up straight away because they're ready to dive in. They want these processes, they want these amazing tools to add to their toolkit right away, or they want to get into the industry. And then we also have business training. And so from us building our in-person center, having so many clients coming through, and then also moving online during COVID and being able to get clients online, we give you all the procedures from our center, all the trainings that we gave the girls that worked for us. We have a huge resource library that you can pull on. We have business training. You print out a sheet and it's like, literally, this is what you do next, this is what you do next if you want to start or improve your business. So that's all included. There's so many bonuses, how to create your own signature program. I really believe in programs because I think it is important to take someone on a journey and be able to hold space for them in between sessions and create a container for healing. I think it's, especially when you do this really, really deep healing work, I think it is so important that you are supporting someone in between sessions as well. So how much is this course in American dollars? I will have to, I'll link it to you later. We do have an American, a US dollar checkout, so you can have a look and see how much it is. And there's payment plans and upfront. And yeah, so sorry, I can't see your name, but I will jump on later and I'll link that to you. So yes, it's like I said, I mean, 10 years ago, I was like, this is my therapy, like it's so amazing, I don't want to share it. And to actually see practitioners all over the world, and you can check out our practitioner directory, I'll link that as well. To have practitioners all over the world is surreal, and to get the feedback that I'm getting, like I get messages nearly every day, testimonials like root cause therapy is amazing, I'm blown away by the results that my clients are getting, I'm blown away about how it's helped me. I thought I was just doing a training and it's absolutely changed my life as well. That transformative journey, but it's not for the faint of heart because it is really deep healing work, you know. When you are going in and revisiting your inner child that went through something just horrendous, it's not for the faint-hearted. And I think a lot of us try to avoid to feel our emotions and to feel pain. And so going in and actually going, okay, I have to face this and deal with this, I think that is actually hard in itself, but it's easier than having to unconsciously cope with it every day, if that makes sense. The thoughts, the triggers, and all of that. How long does the course take? Average would say 3 to 4 months. It depends on how long you take to get your practice hours in as well for assessment, but that's the average time. Is this somatic experiencing as well? There are definitely a lot of modalities within this modality. So there's breath work, yes, somatic experiencing, regression, inner child healing, NLP, timeline therapy, hypnotherapy, but not much hypnotherapy because they're still fully conscious and awake. There's kinesiology, so with the muscle testing part, there's life coaching in it. There's Gestalt therapy, that there's so many of the best therapies that I could find, and I amalgamated it all together in a set system. So you can just literally see a client, you know exactly how to run a session, have your scripts, know what to do in between each session, have all the templates that you need to run your business, your intake forms, the advertising, everything like that. And yeah, it's all like in one kit, so you can jump in and like I said, you can add it to the practice that you already have if you're some kind of practitioner and you feel like there is a missing link, or you can start fresh. Like, I want to get into the industry, I want to start doing this, I want to start helping people on a deep level. It's something that you can go in there and know they're going to have like a wow experience, right? It's something they're going to go in there, it is going to be life changing. So I've definitely had clients come in, and I don't see clients personally anymore, or only my regular clients, but because I'm trying to manage all the students, we're growing and growing, which is so amazing. But they're like, this is like 10 years worth of therapy in one session. But it's a gentle process as well. It's not like they're going to be totally overwhelmed. But it's definitely a deeper way to work on things, rather than just talking about it, rather than just having to learn all these theories and then try to give advice, because we often give advice based on our own experiences and textbooks. The the best way to do it is to help people actually heal themselves, and that's all we are. Is we're just a guide, right? We're just a guide to their own healing process. And like I said earlier, their unconscious mind, their body will get on board and be so excited, because it's like, oh, finally, we don't have to recreating this trauma in my outside world, in my actual reality and relationships. And so it's like I can actually resolve it inside, so I don't have to keep recreating toxicity in my external reality. I can resolve it within, right? And so that changes like our level of self-love, our boundaries, what we accept, the thoughts that we have about ourselves, our kindness. Like, a lot of this for me is like, how do I become a kinder person? Because everything I've been through has made me such a hard and anxious person. I wouldn't let anyone in, and I couldn't have deep relationships because I didn't trust anyone, you know, and that's one of the limiting beliefs. I don't trust people. And that happens. Like, it's life. It's hard, and we can all go through things. So I think being able to pinpoint and just work through things specifically, with the approach of, this is personal development, you know, this is me taking care of myself, or for your clients, really helping them on a really deep level. So someone's just asking a question, do you get insurance with it? Yes, so it's internationally accredited with IICT. So the International Institute for Complementary Therapists. So you can practice in most countries in the world. I can link you to what countries they are, but if you look on their website, you can see, and they will give you insurance in most countries as well, indemnity insurance. Someone said, I'm already studying holistic counseling and gestalt therapy. So what kind of be paying for it twice? Do you allow discounts for this type of thing? There are a few things that I'm already doing. I think that we don't really discount, just because usually people that are counselors, I mean, I've had quite a lot of counselors come through and they've actually withdrawn their counseling license, and they just do this work, or they just do this work in their counseling practice, depending on what country and state you're in, will depend on the laws around that. But yeah, I've had counselors give up their license just because this is so much more powerful. So I wouldn't say that there's any similarities that I'm aware of. If you go on the sales page, which I think my assistant linked earlier, but I can link it again, you can take the free pre-training, and I go through exactly what we teach in the training, the process, and all of that. So maybe that can give you a better idea. And so when you are deciding what you want to study, the main thing for me, and even if you don't study with root cause therapy, see if you can take a free pre-training or talk to the person in the training, because we need to feel safe. We need to feel safe to with the person, or resonate with the person, or not be triggered by the person that we're learning from. Otherwise, our stress will kick in, our fight and flight, our nervous system will be activated, and we will go into a state of where our prefrontal cortex will be shut down and we won't take in the information. And the last thing I would want you to do is sign up and then not actually get the full thing out of it. So that's why I created the free pre-training. It's like, does the way that I teach resonate? Do I resonate? Does my energy resonate with you for you to be open to learning this method and learning this therapy? Because I think it is really important. And so all of our courses at the Center for Healing, we always have like, there's a free intro or free way just to get a taste of how we teach, right? And we don't take that personally. I totally get that. I know from school, if I had a teacher I didn't like, I did not do well in that subject. I don't know if you guys resonate with that. Okay, yep, the pre-training. I'll send you guys the link for the pre-training after this. Or if you go to the centerforhealing.com and click on courses, you'll see the free pre-trainings as well. I want to specialize in traumatic, somatic therapies, breathwork, nervous system, and now I'm doubting the counseling. Do you mean that you're studying counseling at the moment, or do you mean that you're receiving? I think you mean that you're studying counseling. Do the counseling. I mean, I think there is always benefit to anything you study. I mean, psychology and counseling, psychiatry, there are good things that you can learn from that. And I'm not here to bag other therapies, because I really believe that we can get really amazing information and insights from different therapies 100%. And you can bring that knowledge and bring the methods that you've learnt. And with the root cause therapy framework, you can bring in your intuition and your experiences. And even when I teach a signature program, I show you how you can integrate the methods that you already have in with this therapy and how you can structure that. So keep studying, like do it to the end, get your certificate, like credentials are great. And maybe you can look at us down the track or next year or something like that once you finish it. A lot of people study this on the side because it's a very practical training. It's a very step-by-step training. You can do that as well. Yeah, I love it. Fantastic. Well, I'm going to start wrapping it up unless any of you have any further questions. Make sure I will link to you guys. Just put an emoji or say I want the free pre-training, and I can link that to you, and then at least you're on our mailing list. And then when there is a sale or when you are ready, you'll have those emails in your inbox and you can access those. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you so much for coming. It was my absolute honor. And any questions, just message us through Facebook, drop a comment, and we're always around and so happy to answer. And it's been my honor. And thank you so much for being here today, because I know time is so precious. And I hope you got something out of today for having, taken some of your time. And yeah, we're getting more comments. Yeah, if you want the free pre-training. Oh, thank you so much. I think that's AJ, my assistant. You're the best. Hello. She's the best. So lucky. Yeah, if you could answer, if you could, AJ, just like reply to each person that says I want the free pre-training, that would be amazing. And I'll jump in and answer any other questions that came through as well. Again, it's been my absolute honor, and I hope we'll see you in the community soon or someday soon if you feel called to this and being a root cause therapist. And I will see you guys all soon. Bye-bye.